The Scholastic Ball Report is sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.
Welcome into the Scholastic Ball Report. Gary Ball with head coach Dr. Oliver Lucas from GRC. Coach, you've done a great job over there.
Well, thank you. Every now and then, old blind pig find acorns.
Second year of the head coach there. You're 6-2 right now, so you've really righted the ship over there. You got it going in the right direction.
Well, we got it going in the right direction because we got the right leadership in regards to our captains that's led our team. Kids are bought into what we're trying to do, and so that helps you to go in the right direction.
Our feature is on a young man who's been heavily recruited in the state of Kentucky. Reminds me of Damian Harris. Damian was on the show, young man that was heavily recruited. This young man, Wandale Robinson, he's being recruited by everybody, Coach. He's here with Coach Miller. We're going to talk about that recruiting process, you know, and what happens for all that, you know?
Yeah. It's a process. So here again, whatever floats your boat, whatever your appetite is at the particular time. If you need running backs, then you recruit running backs. It's whatever position that presents itself. It's not anything that's scientific. It's always within the heart of the person.
Right.
And you try as a coach to try to help your athlete have every opportunity that they possibly can.
That's exactly right. Our scholar athletes, Anna Foley's one of them. She's from Anderson County. She has above a 4.0 grade point average. And your young man, Will Henry, I tell you what, 33 on the ACT, this young man's outstanding.
Outstanding person, and here again, he's exemplary. If you think in terms of student athlete, all three of the young men that I brought with me tonight are going to be exemplary athletes as well as student athletes.
We're looking forward to talking to them, Coach. And we got another Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week as we head down to Nicholasville to Sutherland Chevrolet. And Jacob Hartzell's here from UK Sports Medicine. All he's going to do, Coach, is keep us in the game.
That's what he's supposed to do. We need those guys.
That's right. All that coming up on the show. But we know what you want. You want the best highlights in the state of Kentucky. We call it Game Time here at WKYT. Brought to you by Central Bank.
Over to Dunbar where the Dogs host Bryan Station. This one a big one because the loser of this game is the only 6A school left out of the playoffs. It's the exact same situation that happened last year when the Defenders won by just 2. Bryan Station looking for its first win of the season. So could they get it tonight when it really counted? This is Kendrick Curry returning the opening kickoff of the second half. He's going 70 yards for the touchdown. That ties the score at 14. Dunbar, though, had the answer. Tanner Cox completes the pass to Jamarcus Robinson. Watch him make a man miss, and he scores 20-14. Dunbar missed the extra point. That would prove to be costly because the lead did not last long. Jalen Burbage finishes off the Defenders' next drive with a 3-yard touchdown, and the Defenders will go dancing as they take it 27-26. Their first win of the season puts them in the playoffs.
Welcome back into the Scholastic Ball Report. We want to thank Roberts Insurance. They're over on Richmond, Kentucky. They're on Main Street. They insure 3/4 of the great state of Kentucky. Speaking of this great state, right down the road here, Coach. Winchester, Kentucky, GRC.
Only about 15, 20 minutes away, which is outstanding.
That's right. Coach, tell us about this version of the Clark County Cardinals.
Well, this version is hardworking young men that are dedicated to the cause, dedicated to the vision that we've had, that we've tried to instill in the young men, but everyone is bought into it. But they're great leaders, not just players, but on and off the field, they're good people as well.
Yeah.
Tell us about these players specifically that you brought with you
today. Well, sitting right to my left is Big Ben here. Big 7, 305 pounds. He's
that's a big dude.
Left tackle. He makes a way out of no way for us, one of those earth movers. And then to the next one.
Makes a way out of no way.
Yeah. And then to his left is our brain trust, which is Will Henry.
And you literally mean that when you talk about him.
I seriously mean that we entrust with him a lot and everything. And so if he can't put us in the right formation or the right right play, then we're up a creek. And then the other engine is Natavius Thomas, which is the man that do it all for us and everything.
Yeah, we're going to talk to all these guys, but I tell you what, just impressed with your quarterback, your Big Ben here, and this young man, 1,100 yards this year already, 16 touchdowns. So just some remarkable young talent. Let's start with Ben, if you don't mind. You mind, Big Ben? Because I want to ask you. I want to make sure it's okay. You guys have developed a winning culture there at GRC. What turned it around for you think?
I think when Coach Lucas came, he really turned around the culture. You know, we got the mindset back of, hey, we could make a run in 6A, and you know, so I think practice have become a lot more intense, a lot more competitive, better tempo in practice. So people are starting to fully buy into, hey, we got a shot at this. So I think that's made a big difference.
And big fellas like him, that helps a lot too.
Yeah,
Coach.
you got to have earth movement. You got to have earth movement. Can't move dirt if you don't have the right tractors.
And Will, what do you like about the offense this year?
What I love about our offense is, we just got our offensive coordinator, Coach Rigdon, which he's been with Coach Lucas in years before, but we really have a lot of trust in him that he's going to put us in the right situations. And even if we don't have our offense going right at the beginning of the game, I just have a lot of faith in us going against adversity and pulling it together in the second half.
And he's going to be on with us, our scholars too. Got a 33 on the ACT, but I understand he's not real happy with that.
No, he wanted to take it again. I go, hell, I'd have to take it like 9 more times.
Natavius, 1,100-yard rusher. You're over 1,000. That's pretty much a running back's goal on the season. You've already done that after 8 games. What goals have you set for the remaining part of the season and the playoffs?
Most of my goals are mainly like team goals, like to win district, become district champions for the first time in years, and go as far as we can in state and hopefully win the thing. That's what I've been practicing for all year.
Coach, how are you preparing for the playoffs?
Oh, trying to stay out of the way, let those that can do, and be mindful and trying to make sure that we organize and attention to detail. And then here again, I as the head coach got to make sure that we always practice for the unexpected, because there's so many things that are come at you during the course of a game, and I have to make sure that I've answered those questions, the what ifs and all those things, and then make sure the kids understand that as well.
And I got to say this, Coach, because when you were coaching at Bryan Station, you coached a relative of mine.
Yes, sir.
And did a super job with him.
Yeah.
Got him into college. He played college football. Big Caleb was 6'5", about 300.
Yeah.
But anyway, got him into college. He played college football. And if it hadn't been for you and the direction you gave him, I'm not sure he would even graduate from high school. So I want to thank you for that, Coach.
Well, thank you so much. Okay.
I just want to tell you guys about this man right here. He means a lot to me. So that is, of course, Dr. Oliver Lucas. He is out there at GRC now in his second year, having a winning season, 6-2. When we come back, we got a feature with Wandale Robinson, one of the top talents in the state of Kentucky. Welcome back to the Scholastic Ball Report. Our feature of the week is Wandale Robinson and Coach Miller from Western Hills. Wandale, first off, I want to thank you for coming in and joining us on the show.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Take us through the recruiting process from early on, the early stages of that.
It started out a little bit slow. I didn't really get my first offer until going into my junior year this summer, and then it kind of rolled from there. But it's been pretty good so far. So,
what has surprised you in the process of getting people coming to look for you?
I mean, you really just see how invested colleges are into who they recruit and stuff like that, and the things that they go in depth with, like with your grades and just really watching you on the football field and stuff like that, and coming in and talk to your coaches. And so it gets really surprising sometimes with some of the things that you see and some of the coaches that you meet. So it's been really good, though.
They're finding out Wandale, the person, is what they're doing, Wandale.
Yeah.
To find out this guy's a good football player. Can we get him as a quality person? And, Coach, you know that. You got a top recruit now, Coach. What would you tell, or what have you told Wandale and some of the other players on your team about this whole process?
I think probably maybe the biggest two things is just the time management of the whole process, and especially now that you got social media and stuff with the tweets and everything, and the coaches calling in. I think that's the biggest thing that's probably affected him the most. And with our players on the team, the thing is coming in, we had an opportunity for a young man last year that was able to be a preferred walk-on at UK, just coming in and watching practice and everything, and they watched. So there's a lot of connections between those coaches, and I think that was I try to tell our players don't ever think the door's closed, because those coaches are always watching.
Right.
And how have your teammates been with the recruiting process?
They've been good with it. They kind of joke around a lot of the times, but it's all good whenever we're talking. And so they've been all supportive really the whole time. They haven't really tried to persuade me to go anywhere or anything like that. So it's been really good with them.
And Coach, you're having a 6-2 season right now with Boyle County looming Friday night. So you're having a good season with your Western Hills ball club.
It's been a great season. Hopefully we can take it another step farther. We've made it to the second round twice, so we're hopefully pushing for a regional championship.
You go to a smaller school, like you're really an example of the school's not deciding for you. It's about you.
Right.
Yeah. So really it's just showing that you can play. No matter what level of competition that you play, no matter who you play for, everybody can come. The college coaches are going to find you. That's kind of how I was looked at. And they were like, if you show you can play, if you put up the numbers, you put up the film, everybody's going to find you. So that's just kind of how I looked at it through my 4 years.
Well, Coach, I hope we had a video of last week's game because that was like a video game. Whoop, whoop. Those 2 spins he did. Where were all those Garrett County players? They were nowhere to be found in that. But Wandale, thank you for coming in and joining us on the show. And Coach Miller, keep up the good season and good luck in the process and who you decide on there. I know you've got a decision. Have you already made that decision?
I have not. I will be making that decision November 1st.
November 1st. That's just a couple weeks away.
Yes,
So congratulations to you, Wandale. You're an outstanding young man and just a great young human being, and that's the main thing, right, Coach?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That's our feature of the week, and now we'll come back with the Scholar Athletes of the Week. And welcome back into our most popular segment because it highlights student athletes, boys and girls doing great things in the classroom. That's the most important thing because you are student athletes, right? So in the classroom. Let's start with Anna Foley. And right off the bat, Anna, you've got a 4.1 grade point average. Your dad's a coach and all that. You play multiple sports in high school. How do you pull all this off?
It's really about time management. Whenever I get the chance to do schoolwork, if I'm not in sports, I go ahead and do it because I know later I'll have practices or games or whatever.
Yeah.
Right, and you are, as a football player, you have the dumb jock stereotype. You go to 33 on the ACT, and you're not even satisfied by that.
No, ma'am.
The 4.3, you want to take that test again. That's a lot of work. How do you deal with the stereotype?
Yeah, well, I guess being a quarterback helps a little bit. They think a quarterback is like, a little bit higher, but
yeah.
A lot of times people do look at me as a jock, but then they see me in the classroom, I'm actually being serious and not just, sitting back, not focusing. That's when they realize that I'm not just a jock.
Yeah.
And Anna, how does it motivate you, especially with all the studies and everything, with your dad being a coach? Because, you hear that so much. Is your dad Coach Foley? Your dad Coach Foley? How does that?
It just helps because he knows where I'm coming from. As a coach himself, he can relate to kids having school, and he's always there and being supportive and just helping me with whatever I can do.
Right, and with your high grades and your amazing test score, where's football and school going to take you?
Well, hopefully I'm in my application process to West Point right now. I'm finishing that up, and we'll know in March whether I get accepted or not, but either way, football or not, that's where I plan to go.
All right, that's
and Anna, are there any teachers that come to mind for you that have motivated you and helped you in your academics?
Tara Hart is my math teacher, and I've had her for 2 years now for 2 different math classes, and she is just one of the best teachers I've ever had, and she's just really there for the kids.
Are you just self-motivated?
Yeah, I wouldn't say that, but I've had a lot of good teachers. Mr. Parks is one of them. He teaches my calculus class and my physics class, and he's a really inspiring teacher, and he's got me through a lot of hard things.
Well, you guys are outstanding students, grade point averages off the charts and everything, and we just commend you for that here on the Scholastic Ball Report. That's why we do this show, to highlight student athletes like yourself. And Anna, if you'll pass that down to Will, you'll both get one of those beautiful plaques from Ryan Tyson over there, Crown Trophy. It's right behind Starbucks on Nicholasville Road. Take it over there. They'll personalize it, put your name and school on there for free, and that's the least we can do here on the show. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
That's our Scholar Athletes. They hail from Anderson County and George Rogers Clark. And now we'll be back on the Scholastic Ball Report. First off, though, we got the Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Time now for your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week. Henry Clay has a pass complete, but the ball is stripped by Douglas's Jalen Bybee, and Bybee is going bye-bye. The scoop and the score for the Broncos touchdown. Take another look at it. Frederick Douglass with a heads-up defensive play picks up the loose ball and goes in for the score as Frederick Douglass beats Henry Clay on Friday 36-3 to win the district. That's your Sutherland Chevrolet Drive of the Week.
Welcome back into our UK Sports Medicine. Jacob Hartzell joins us, and always great to have you on the show.
I appreciate it. Thank you for having me here.
I'm going to ask you, what kind of food should I have before that really big game I'm about ready to play?
So before a game, you want to have three things. You want to have a carb, a protein, and then a vegetable or a fruit. So when you eat your meal, you want to try to focus on these three categories and make sure you get that. No meal is complete without the combination of these three. So you want to have something like a bread or a rice, and then you want to incorporate maybe some meat into it.
Right.
Maybe something lighter like grilled chicken. Try to avoid your heavier foods like your fried chickens, your KFCs. Maybe something more along the lines of a grilled chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A. And then finally, you want to finish that out with some fruit or veggie. Some grapes, an apple, or some carrots, something with some nutritional value.
What are some restaurants on the road you would suggest? I know it's hard to find something with fast food being mostly fried stuff.
Absolutely. So things that we generally suggest are, in general, sandwich places, things like Subway, things that offer cold cuts. Those are going to be generally good fuelers as well as pretty low impact on your stomach. You don't want to have stomach aches during the game. You want it to be low gastrointestinal distress. So you want to get things that will do that. If you're on the road and you're stuck, you can find healthy options at a variety of places. You can find healthy options at McDonald's, Chick-fil-A, other restaurants. The biggest thing is you just want to make sure that they're grilled and that you have some kind of fruit. Try to substitute those fries for a fruit cup, or try to get some carrots and hummus perhaps.
What are some foods to avoid?
So, like we've kind of been harping on this entire time, some good foods to avoid are the fried foods and the foods that are going to cause some gastrointestinal distress.
Yeah.
So it depends on the individual, and that might be lettuce or it might be a variety of other things.
And certain people can handle certain stuff better than other people. So
absolutely.
That depends. Thank you. That's good stuff there, Jacob Hartzell from UK Sports Medicine. There's their website and their phone number. Give them a call. They've got the walk-in clinic every Monday through Friday. So give them a call, UK Sports Medicine. Now we're going to these highlights. These final highlights brought to you by Whitaker Bank, uniquely Kentucky.
Clark County entered the season 0-9 against district opponents over the last 3 seasons.
But the Redbirds broke through a few weeks ago by beating Lafayette for the first time since 2009.
And 2009 was also the last time Clark County won the district. The Cards have not had a winning season since until now. 6 wins already, guaranteed a winning record for the first time in nearly a decade. Tonight, the good doctor leading GRC to Madison Central, playing for a district title, leading 14-0 in the third. The Indians give it to Freddie Chenault, and that will be a 30-yard gallop to the goal line. 21-0 Tribe. The Cardinals' running game had trouble in this one. Tyler Story gets the tackle for loss, and Central was bringing wave after wave of blue jerseys. GRC had to go to the air in the fourth. Will Marcellet to Dawson Gay. That's a touchdown, but that was their only score of the night. Central takes the district crown 31-7.
Wood Western Hills figure out a way to get Wandale going tonight. First quarter, Reed Lanter's going to get going, completes the pass here to Reese Smith. That right there, ladies and gentlemen, a 38-yard touchdown connection caps a 94-yard Rebel drive, 7-0 Boyle. Here's Wandale out of the Wildcat. Watch the hit that he takes right there, but somehow stays on his feet. Robinson takes it down to the Rebel 12-yard line, but the Boyle interception killed the drive. But the Rebels pull away big, 54-35. Boyle County repeats as district champs. They're 9-0.
And welcome back in. We want to thank, of course, Dr. Lucas from GRC, Wandale Robinson, what a great talent he is out there at Western Hills doing great things. And also, of course, our scholar athletes, Anna Foley there from Anderson County and Will from GRC. That young man had a 33 on the ACT.
And he still wasn't happy about it.
Still wasn't happy. Also, reminder that on Prep Spin, the game of the week, next Friday night, the 26th, will be our final game of the regular season. As always, on the Scholastic Ball Report, for those you see and those you don't see,
keep your eye on the Scholastic Ball Report.
The Scholastic Ball Report was sponsored by UK Sports Medicine and by Central Bank, Crown Trophy, Double Dogs, Mingy Beef Jerky, Panel Swim Shop, P-Rats, PrepSpin.com, Rafferty's, Raising Cane's, Roberts Insurance, Sutherland Chevrolet, and by Whitaker Bank.